Hiring nowadays is a very time-consuming and one of the worst parts of any type of company business. The hiring manager must know what to look for and how to look for it when hiring new employees for their companies. They need to make sure the applicants have all the qualifications they need for the specific job along with other things. The hiring manager must have a standard for a preferred applying employee. Hiring is an overwhelming job because the future and the reputation of the company business lies not with the company itself, but with the employee who make it up. If one employee is insufficient, it could make the whole company or business become insufficient and make it fail. It can be very stressing to the person who is in charge of all the hiring, which is usually the manager or a separate manager called the hiring manager. This informative speech will give the hiring managers an idea of what to have and what to expect when hiring future employees. It will not only benefit them, make their hiring a lot less stressful, but it would also give good insight for those who are applying for the jobs. The applicants need to be aware what they need and what they should have to be able to have a chance of getting the job opportunity. This is why hiring managers must know what to look for in a future employee and his or her chances of getting your job. The first thing you must do when beginning or thinking about hiring for a new or open position would be to have a good job description. A job description consists of 4 important things. The first, which is most obvious, would be what type of job are you hiring for. The next thing you should ask is the qualifications. Do these people have the necessary qualifications that meet up with the job? The next thing you should say is the working hours. The person must know when he or she will be going into work and when they are leaving, as well as how many hours they are working. Specify what days the applicant must work is also very important. The next thing is licenses. They are not qualifications, they are much more important. Qualifications are certain skills the person must have or must obtain to be able to do a job. Licenses are special rights given to a person saying that they can handle certain things in a workplace. A good example would be a person who is working in construction must drive a forklift, has to have a Class C driver's license, saying that he or she is able to drive a forklift. The next thing and the most essential part of an applicant must have would be a resume. The resume tells you who the person really is and what kind of experience he or she has working. This important piece of document will tell you everything you must know about the person and if the person is who you are looking for. There are good resumes and there are bad ones. A good resume will show you enough work experience and good recommendations from other jobs he or she has had. Does he or she have a lot of experience in the fields that you are looking for? This is the main question you must ask yourself about the resume when hiring applicants. The next thing you must do is to advertise your company's job opening. You must tell the public that you want a person to work for you. If not, you won't get anything. How are you going to let the public know that you have a job opening if you do not advertise it? People these days aren't psychic, but if they were, everyone would be better off. The best and the most common places to start posting your current job opening would be on your local newspapers. Another good idea would be to go to the closest job placement center. Family and friends are also a very good asset when advertising. It never hurts to ask around in your own family and friends if they want to apply for a job or anyone who would be interested. Family and friends can also help in advertising if they themselves work in companies. If you are able to use something, it is better to use it for your advantage than not use it and gain nothing from it. A new and modern thing that just has introduced to the hassle of finding and advertising for a job would be the internet. The internet has revolutionized everything, and with it also revolutionizing hiring surprisingly. People are always looking for better jobs and better opportunities, and someone might be looking for the specific job you might be offering. The final and the most time-consuming part of hiring is to begin interviewing and screening of the potential candidates for your job opening. The reason why companies do not want to hire is because of the time consumption interviewing and screening candidates take. The first thing you should have is the person's resume. From here you should be able to pick out those who know what they are talking about and those who meet your company's and your own expectations. Once you have found those that you liked and have met the company's expectations and qualifications, you must call them and inform them that you wish to have a face-to-face appointment. Meeting the potential candidates is also a very important thing because it can tell you a lot about them. Did they come well dressed? Were they clean and cut? Did they reflect the good interest of the company? Were they confident and did they know how to speak? Would this person be an excellent asset to the company or business, or will he or she be a clown? What most hiring managers look for in a potential candidate is the spark. Knowing the person's personal and family is also essential because it tells you if this person has good morals and if this person will do well for your company and business. You should expect to meet and find people who are very interesting, people who have a lot of character in them, and some who just don't even get close to meeting your standards or standards of your company. After you have interviewed and thanked all the applicants, you should have a good idea which ones you liked and disliked from the personal viewing their individual resumes. Once you have viewed the resumes and the persons themselves, a good idea would be to run a reference check of the individual's files to find out if they have been in any trouble or caused any troubles relating to or will affect the company or business. Running a reference check will also tell you if the certain person has been telling the truth about where he or she comes from and if they have really worked for the people they have worked for. If you are hiring a higher position that involves federal, government, or even local law enforcement, it is necessary to run a complete background check on the person to know if they have ever been involved in crimes against federal government or law enforcement. The purpose for this informative speech is to make the process of hiring easier for the person who is in charge of this very difficult and very overwhelming job. It is also to inform the hiring managers and give them a general idea of what to do and what to look for in hiring a new employee. The three main steps to follow are having a good job description, advertise, and finally analyze and choose the person that best suits your needs and the needs of the company. Remember to keep the best interests of the company in mind when choosing your potential candidate. Hiring a new and future employee is stressful. You never know what kind of person you need, or sometimes the person that you get aren't the best ones. But hopefully, this outline will make it easier for you. Thank you.